And today we're going to be talking about how to use Airtable systems to scale past 300K per month, and also the 5 stages to scaling to 300K per month. Because at each stage, we need to develop a new identity and different systems. And most people, most coaches out there are teaching you just like, oh, you just do this one ad, or you just do this one funnel, or you just do this one VSL, and then you'll scale to X, Y, and Z number. But it's actually an ecosystem. It's a system to set up, not just one thing. So especially as business owners and CEOs, at a certain first thing is making ourselves rich. This is really basic framework to think through, but really powerful. And I first learned it from Cole Gordon when I was on a podcast with him. And he just said, first thing, first stage, make yourself rich. Like, make sure that you have financial stability, right? And we can only make ourselves rich if we have value within ourselves to give. So it's more important to invest in the SME 500 first than the SME 500, right? So first thing is develop those skill sets. You have to do the scary things like me, $82,000 in student loan debt, $600 to my name, being a freebie seeker for so long, and then investing into myself and developing those skills. And better than that, being surrounded by a community of like-minded people, because we're the average of the 5 people we surround ourselves with, right? And that was the easiest way to go from heavy drinker and having drinking buddies to having a group of entrepreneurs that always have my back, right? So the very first thing is developing those skill sets, having the value within ourselves so that we can make ourselves rich first, right? It's a lot of hard work. We got to put it in, and what we call artist phase, 0 to 10K, you put it in, and then we go to builder phase, which we're going to go into that and what you need to do 10 to 50K to scale to the next level, right? So make yourself rich is number one. And remember, the shortest pencil retains more than the longest memory. So you might want to write this down. So number one is make yourself rich. Number two is make your clients rich. So the very first stage is you got to shake up the marketplace, sell, develop your offers, find a product market fit, right? The big thing, find the product market fit, develop that product market fit. Like, if we don't have solid offers, it's like building our business on a foundation of sand instead of concrete. And we can't read the label inside the bottle. We need people to give us feedback on our offers, like other entrepreneurs, our market, all of that, right? So make ourselves rich, shake up the marketplace, sales, marketing, all that. Then it's make our clients rich. That's stage 2. So we're getting sales in, we're getting that financial independence, all of that stuff. We're having capital to invest into team and systems and all of that stuff. And here is where we want to develop our delivery and fulfillment processes. So this is when we're developing the SOPs, the course, the fulfillment team, right? Making our clients rich. And like, if you're in the health space, what making your clients rich means is developing your offer. It's not like money, wealth, that sort of stuff rich. Developing your offer. So that's stage 2. And then stage 3 is making your team rich. What's the ultimate form of leverage in business? OPW, other people's work, right? And that it's the hardest thing to develop as a business owner is sourcing and acquiring top talent and retaining top talent, right? If it was easy, everybody would do it. But we kind of have to bite that bullet and hire before we're ready. And we need to manage our finances properly. So we're using a profit first model, right? And making sure that we're not going into the red. Sometimes I went into the red with buying high ticket programs to get around more people and invest in the SME 500. But besides that, making sure that our internal business expenses that we're profiting each month and allocating resources properly, right? So make yourself rich, make your clients rich, make your team rich, and just know what stage you're at right now and hyper focus on those things, right? Does that make sense? Are you guys with me on that? Cool. Audrey, Romina, AJ, would love to see your faces. More energy you give me, and more energy I can give you. Everything is energy. Ollie, thanks for being here. Antonio, amazing. What we're hopping into here are the 5 stages scaling past 300K and using Airtable systems to do it. So the next thing that I want to go into are Airtable systems. So if you guys don't know me or just getting introduced to me, my name is Andrew Cruzy. I went from $82,000 in student loan debt to scaling a multiple 7-figure business and selling it in 3 years. I've worked with people like Cole Gordon, start his offer, launch his initial offer, make $274,000 in a month, built that into a $40 million sales agency. Bastion Slot switching from agency to business coaching, and he was able to go from new offer to 100K per month in 90 days. And then also Kavitha, who's in the relationship space, helped her go from 20K to over 160K in 4 months. And we've worked with over 3,000 clients and have helped over 100 scale past 7-8 figures, right? The biggest differentiator between entrepreneurs that are successful and entrepreneurs that are not successful comes down to one thing, and it just comes down to faith. We're always going to go through ups and downs. That's part of the journey of life and entrepreneurship. But the ones that hold on to the faith and keep going and have a vision, and they're like, there's nothing stopping me from achieving this vision. And they surround themselves with the right support, the right community. They're willing to ask for help and hold on to that faith. Those are the ones that succeed. It's not about falling off the horse. It's about how quickly can we get back on. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that? Okay, cool. So why Airtable? Number one, I've used Monday, I've used Asana, I've used ClickUp, I've used those project management systems. They're great, but they're kind of rigid. So the reason why I use Airtable is it's like putty. You can create any system you want out of it. If you've gone in there already, we've got a data side, we've got an automation side, which is really cool, internal native automations, and also you can link it up with Zapier or Make. And then the biggest thing as we scale is turning data into information so we can make better decisions. So instead of making emotional decisions in our business and be like, oh, this will work, whatever, or not being able to identify our bottleneck properly, we have dashboards so we can turn data into information and make better decisions from there. So I found Airtable to be the best tool for that, especially on the operations and the fulfillment side of things, and also on the setting side of things, keeping things organized on the sales side of things. And also, one more thing, we love Go High Level as well. So we support our clients with Go High Level. It's one of the best tools for funnel creation, texting, email, that sort of stuff. If you guys aren't on the Go High Level game either, I highly recommend it. It's awesome. So sweet. Christian, thanks for being here. Martin, thanks for being here. Awesome. AJ, sweet. So I'd love for you guys to share, and I'm just going to share the first 4 in here. And this is what we're going to go into next is boom. So the 5 stages scaling past 300K per month using Airtable systems. So there are 5 stages to scaling to what I call, I'm going to leave that open loop for you, but scaling past 300K per month, where you should be profiting $1 million per year if you're at 300K per month revenue, right? So I'd love for you guys to share, what level are you at right now? So I can hyper focus on where you guys are at. So we have artist phase, 0 to 10K per month, builder phase, 10K to 50K per month, systemizer phase, 50K to 100K, and then business owner phase, which is 100K to 300K per month. If you're above that, just send me over some question marks right there. Cool. So let's see. Awesome. Cool. So we have some awesome builders in here. Martin, Elise, love it. Cool. Something about a handsome face. Amazing. Antonio, stage 1. Awesome. You're going to get a lot out of this. This is perfect. Awesome. Builder, AJ, recently back to artist. All right, I have something to say there for all the builders that have gone back into artist. Okay, Paramesh. All right, yeah. So for the people who have gone to builder and then back into artist, so this is where I see the majority of coaches, agency owners, those types of people go through the income roller coaster. And the reason why is because they scaled past 10K, they got a bunch of clients, and then they got thrown into client delivery and stopped focusing on top of funnel and getting more leads in the door and booking more calls and closing more deals. So the biggest thing in builder phase right here, if you guys are between 10 and 50K per month, is developing the fulfillment and streamlining the fulfillment to get the results with taking less of your time. That way you can focus on top of funnel right here, right? So we have all the processes on hiring CSMs, client success managers. We have Lauren here, that's our CSM at Masters of Fate. She's absolutely incredible. She's built a multiple six-figure coaching business. She's incredible with content and amazing with scaling businesses. So that's why I hired her. She can support our clients and ultimately save my time on the fulfillment side of things so that I can focus more on top of funnel, right? Marketing, sales, that sort of stuff, right? So most coaches in this space teach you how to be an employee instead of a CEO and business owner. You're like, try this new ad strategy, try this new funnel, whatever it is. That's where most people fail because we don't want to be a better employee. We want to be a better business owner. We want to be a better CEO, right? We want to get to the place where we can lead and delegate. And that's why I was able to sell my business, is because I removed myself from the value chain in my business, right? I hired Jimmy Ratowski for marketing. I hired Marco Cortese for sales. I hired Avery Ford and Brad Newman for fulfillment. That's what made it sellable. And that's what created the asset that could build wealth, build money without me, right? Without me having to be there. And ultimately, I feel like that's where the majority of us want to go, right? I didn't think it was going to go that way. I was like, I just want to get to my first 10K month. And then it was like, oh, wait, I want to get to a 50K month. Oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, I want to get to a 100K month, right? And then I kept investing in myself to develop more skill sets and learn how to be a CEO and a business owner, right? So cool. So I hope the big thing that you guys took away from this in builder phase is start to systemize your fulfillment processes and have leverage other people's work in place so you can continue to focus on top of funnel and not have to go back into artist phase, right? Cool. Is this making sense? Are you guys with me? Boom. So we're going to go through this and then go into some actual Airtable systems examples. Boom. Perfect. So artist phase right here. If you guys are 0 to 10K per month, what you want to hyper focus on is building one audience, right? My big thing back in the day was just moving traffic that I didn't own to traffic that I did own, moving people from my other Facebook groups to my Facebook group. That's what made Tribe Buyers really successful, was I had eyeballs on my stuff, and attention is the new gold, right? So we were in the Facebook group, imperfectly created content, and then I learned how to get really good with content over time, especially learning from Taki Moore's program, learning from Johnny West's program, and I could just model their content, right? So I built an audience, nurtured people, one audience, it was Facebook group. We also, after a while, we started capturing email and text message and all of that to become omnipresent. But 0 to 10K, just one audience, right? Boom. One high ticket offer. Boom. 3K to 10K. Boom. And also low ticket confidence building offers. This is huge. So you can charge for a sales call. And that's really where the industry is going nowadays, is that People are kind of getting tired of free with all the free offers out there. We charge for a $297 offer call and then turned it into sales. Or with Nora, if she's here, one of our sisters, she does human design readings and she charged $97 for human design readings, upsold somebody into her 3K package after that, right? These build confidence of like, cool, I got a $97, $297 dollar hit. So confidence building offers, not really anybody else is teaching this. $97 paid master classes are great. So you have a downsell on sales calls, or you can launch something to your audience, $97, 10 spots, make $1,000 up front, and then book a sales call at the end. For example, I used to run the Messenger Sales Masterclass. That was a $97 offer. They would get on, I would train them for an hour and a half, and then booking calls on the back end, right? And then it becomes an asset in your business, right? So boom, paid calls, boom. And then boom, 97, you could say $27 too, to $97 templates, right? So an example of this, boom, would be in our 7-figure entrepreneur community. So we're averaging about 1 per day, but we sell our Business OS Lite, our 8-figure KPI tracking system, our sales dashboard, our financial OS all in there. And then boom, they book in or they pay, cool. Then we can book in a sales call after that or help them out with the system a little bit. And those templates are freaking great. So sweet. So those will build up a lot of confidence just having the low ticket. But the main thing to sell here is this, right? Big thing here, mindset. Done is better than perfect. The clarity will come in the doing. Change your friends group and who you surround yourself with. Those are the biggest things. Cool. So before we go on to builder phase and what to hyper focus on there, what were your biggest takeaways from artist phase? And if you've scaled out of artist phase, what's some advice or something that you would recommend to the rest of the group? And Lauren, what would you add here as well?
I would add in here, the main thing that keeps coming through the last week on our client group calls, we have the sisterhood, we have the brotherhood, we have the masters of business, is keeping it simple. I hear so many people saying things like, well, I'm building a landing page, I'm working on my website, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm like, why are you doing what? Keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. And then the other thing that is really important is what Andrew said in regards to building your confidence on this journey. That low ticket offer is huge. It's huge. Take imperfect action with putting content out there and just start making things happen. The other thing you need to remember that in regards to content creation and connecting with people with virtual events, in-person events, is you have to be having conversations with people to identify if you can solve a problem for them. And if they're ready for the problem to be solved, and they have the money to solve the problem. So if you're not doing the things to get the conversation going, you're never going to make a sale. So just simplify everything that you're doing so that you can get to that point.
So good. All right. Cool. And Elise, taking imperfect action, the clarity will come in the doing. That's huge, huge, huge. The perfectionist in all of us freaking kills us. And we've got to have that support system, right? I wouldn't be where I'm at today without the support system that I was able to develop in the hard decisions that I had to make. So it's huge. Love it. I learned that I had to establish my authority at this stage. Artists, yes, that's huge. And developing that product market fit, right? Why try, like 2018, people were running ads to get clients. I've hit a trend hard where it was like, you don't need to run ads. All you need to do is start a Facebook group, right? And took off, right? But now in 2024, that's not the main thing, right? That's not the trend. That's not the product market fit, right? School groups, a little bit more, yeah. AI stuff, yeah, especially on the business side. On the personal, like health side of things, you create your own, right? Like P90X. How many of you guys have done P90X? Put a hand up or one in the chat. Freaking Tony is awesome. Like, I hate it, but I love it. I did the ab ripper all the time. And their big thing, like weight loss, has been happening forever, right? Their thing, their unique mechanism was muscle confusion. What the fuck is muscle confusion? I don't know. But it was like, cool, that's the new established way. That's the trend of muscle confusion, right? And then it's all about getting results and showing results, right? Especially in the health space. Like you just show those side by sides of people losing weight and all of that. And people are like, oh, I want that. So P90X got a bunch of testimonials and be like, they lost all this weight because of muscle confusion, right? And then, do you want this body? It's because of muscle confusion, right? So what is that new thing? What do you brand yourself around, right? Cool. So hope that was helpful. And that's how we really create that product market fit, right? So cool. All right. Also, simplicity. I'm probably going to do a workshop on this. I'm going to train our clients on this as well. Andres and I created a 30K offer in 30 minutes, which is a pretty freaking good hook. And this is how we start offers, just off of a Google document. Like, don't create a big website. Don't do all this fluffy stuff. It's simply just a Google document. People just want to know, is this for me? How does it work? What's included? That sort of stuff, right? So we just create a Google document like this. Keep it really simple. And that's why a lot of our clients are able to do, like, if they have a little bit of an audience, an additional 10K, 20K, 30K in the first month. Just, we keep it really simple. That's why Bash and Slot was able to go from new offer to 100K. He had a really good audience in 90 days. He had a really good audience. We just threw up a Google document and was like, yo, start selling. Put up this content that we know that works, start selling, right? So if you want to go deeper into that, I want to provide you guys with an opportunity with Andres. He's our internal growth partner. So he worked with Ryan Roy, scaling from 30K to 150K. He can talk about offer. He can talk about the sales systems. He can talk about lead generation systems, operations systems, all of that stuff. So if you feel it in your heart, get on a call with him. And I just put the link in the chat. So cool. So next stage, boom. Builder phase, 10 to 50K right here. Awesome. And let me make sure that this is set up properly. Boom. Okay. So systemize your fulfillment and use leverage, right? We recommend in this stage getting a CSM. And CSM start at 20 hours per week, boom. And usually we're looking at $30 to $50 per hour, right? And I was talking to a client earlier who just started with us, is doing about 20K per month. We're helping him hire his CSM. He wanted a really specialized person as a CSM. And I'm like, you're just not there yet. Like, you just need to get the small delivery things off your plate right now and date with this person before you get married. And as you scale, you can develop into getting that A-player specialist that you're going to need at the higher levels, right? So starting out 20 hours per week, that's where Lauren started. Then we developed her into 40 hours per week. And if you have upsell, like what they're responsible for is client results. If you guys aren't getting an NPS score from your clients, we send out a form on a weekly basis. We have a 9.1 NPS score. That net promoter score, that tells us how healthy our offers are, how much our clients are enjoying our offers and getting the result, right? So NPS score is crucial. That's the main KPI for Lauren here, right? But then you're tracking upsells, referrals, boom, testimonials, recommitments, right? So then they're responsible for customer lifetime value. So instead of one customer being worth $5,000, And if we get upsells, referrals, recommitments from them, then they can turn into each new sale is worth $10,000 or $15,000, right? One of the easiest ways to increase profit in your business is extending customer lifetime value, right? That's why we talk about ascensions for the different offers and talk about recommitments. It's not about just getting the client, it's about helping them get the result, feel like they're a part of something, and also when they're ready, ascending or recommitting, right? Is that so? You guys with me here? Cool. All right, sweet. Boom. Builder phase here too. Recommend a setter in place. Boom. And here we're looking at 1K, boom, per 1K to 1.5K, boom, per month. And if you want to talk about a setter or a salesperson, Andres is the man to go to. He's really deep into the sales space, has been investing in sales coaching, and sometimes we set people up with setters and salespeople. So if you want to wave, Andres, cool. Sweet.
Here I am. So what I look like.
Yay. Okay, cool. Setter, boom. And then usually industry standard is 5% of set and closed. Boom. Boom. And then usually around like 30K per month, getting a sales rep in place. And you're looking at, boom, 10% to 15% in commissions. Boom. Commission only sales rep, all that stuff. There are other things that we do here, like cliffs with sales reps, and we have different strategies around sourcing those sales reps and that sort of stuff that are really simple. But boom, last thing here in this stage, VA. Boom, virtual assistant. Getting stuff off your plate. I don't know if Maiko's here, but oh, I see her picture. Maiko's my right hand, my executive assistant. This is crucial. She saves me so much time. I'm just talking with her in WhatsApp all day. I'm like, hey, can you get this shit off my plate? Awesome. Person that you want to find here and what we can help you source is also the person who just loves to figure shit out, that can go to ChatGPT, can go to YouTube, can go to all the different resources and figure it out, right? This is why people fail to scale, is because all the other programs are just teaching you one tactic, but the key is to become a business owner and a CEO and develop leverage. For example, most of you guys know about 2 weeks ago, my dad went to the hospital and he was in the ICU. And it was very last minute, didn't know it was coming. And I got a text message from my mom and she's like, you need to come home. I'm like, okay. So I flew back, went home, and I was like, okay, Lauren, you're on top of it. You're running the team. And she was able to take over all of it. She actually hired Andres during that time, right? And we actually made more sales in that week than we did the previous 2 weeks, right? Without me being there. And the clients were supported and taken care of. That's the importance of becoming a business owner instead of just an employee, right? So here, and also you're providing people with opportunities, your clients are better supported, it's just better for the whole space in general, and the coaching space is kind of like just tactics, strategies, all that stuff, but it's a CEO mindset, right? Are you guys with me on that? Cool. Awesome. So that's a big thing in builder phase right here. Boom. Systemizer phase. Here's where we need to have a really clear vision. Boom. Clear vision of business. Boom. Share the vision with team members. Boom. And develop the best processes and systems. That's the only way to scale out of systemizer phase. 50 to 100K. there's more complexity in the business, more clients are coming on. If we don't want to go through that income roller coaster, we need to start developing processes. That's the only way to work on the business instead of in the business, right? And I'll show you a really simple way to get started with that a little bit later on, right? So KPI tracking too is huge, KPI tracking and daily winning formulas for your team members. So if you're at this phase and you don't have a daily winning formula for your team members, what are the 3 to 5 most crucial things that they need to do every single day to make them successful? Then they're not going to be as effective as they can be, right? So you guys with me on the systemizer phase? Cool. Sweet. Get this over here. Awesome. So let's get some takeaways from artist to builder to systemizer phase from what we talked about so far, about the team, about the clear vision, about KPIs, daily winning formulas, all that stuff. What do you guys have for me?
Today's the 20s.
Oh, I love it. Mute. Cool. So Ollie, Audrey, Jay, Michael, Martin, AJ, Floyd, I might go shirtless too. Robert, I love it. Cool. CO mindset and delegating. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, Caleb, good to see you, dude. Thanks for being here. Sweet. Let's get a couple more. It's not about what you hear, it's about what you repeat. When we repeat the things that we've learned, that's when we actually consolidate it into our memory, you guys. So cool. Robert delegated his shirt. I freaking love it. Probably to a salesperson. Cool. Let's get a couple more takeaways. Dave, Peter, Antonio, Gabrielle, Fred. Love it. Cool. Awesome. So last phase here, business owner phase. The big thing here is have 2 brains on your team to delegate thinking to. So how you can look at your team is you've got heart, brains, and hands on your team. So the business owner, the COO is the heartbeat, right? Then we have an executive team, the 2 brains on our team, to delegate the heartbeat to the thinking to, and they delegate to the hands that do the work, right? VAs, CSMs, setters, those are more hands, right? And then we have executive team that thinks, and then the owner, COO, heartbeat, right? So it's just like a human being. We want to stay in alignment between our heart, our brain, and our hands, right? So cool. Love it. Audrey, done is better than perfect. Sweet. Cool. Awesome. And Andres, would love for you to pop in here from your experience helping clients go through these different stages. What takeaways do you have and what would you share with everyone before we go into the most important part, which is the Airtable systems from here?
Yeah, this is kind of a perfect transition to Airtable because I've been with partners who didn't have the right systems for a team. And so even if you have the right marketing, you're bringing on the right setters, sales team, if they're not supported, they'll leave within a month, and business owners get caught in this just like roller coaster where their time is now spent hiring and trying to keep people versus actually growing the business. And versus on the flip side, what worked really well with Ryan is we implemented systems right before like our J curve growth. And so we were able to not only make sure that as we 2x, 3x, that our clients were getting incredible results and driving renewals and ascensions or recommitments, but that our sales team was so supported that they stayed with us, they performed, they hit their KPIs, and we didn't feel like we were constantly bringing on new people and spending my time training or recruiting. We're actually like really going deep with the people we had. helping them hit their personal goals, and of course grow as an organization. So I think there's a huge rush to try and bring people on, just to get things off of our plate, without properly setting them up for success. So that's what I've seen time and time again.
I love it. Sweet. Let's set them up for success.
Mhm.
And what A players want are A player systems and other A player team members. One of my hiring principles is if I won't work with somebody for a lifetime, I won't work with them for a day. That's been super helpful in retaining and hiring A players and having culture fits on my team, which is another big piece of it, right? So with the systems, where do we start, right? Boom. So as you guys know, one of my favorite quotes by James Clear, we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems, right? And goals are like assholes. Everybody has them, right? But the difference is the systems. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, like all of the big entrepreneurs, they have the best team and systems. They're not doing everything themselves. How does Jeff Bezos make $1 billion in a day or whatever it is? It's because he's got a really good vision, really good team, really good systems, right? So cool. Yeah, goals are a lot like assholes, 100%. So let's get into that. I want to remind you, done is better than perfect, and invest into the SME 500, right? When I was 24, getting into this, I sucked. I didn't know what I was doing. I barely had any skill sets. And then I just invested in myself a lot, made the hard decisions, went through a lot of ups and downs, but I held on to the what? The faith. I kept going and just kept putting things out there. Done is better than perfect, and got feedback from it. So if you get anything from this, done is better than perfect, invest in the SME 500. And we don't get what we are, we don't get what we want, we get what we are, right? So let's get into this. Very first thing, boom, systems. Number one, what's your offer system? That's the biggest thing. Boom. How are you developing the person, problem, promise, path, and packaging? And how are you promoting this? One of the best skill sets that we can develop is our offer creation skill set and our offer creation system, right? We have it smack dab inside of Airtable, and we just use Google Docs initially. Really simple, right? And it starts with a Google Doc, we promote with a Google Doc, and then move it to a funnel. We want to validate the offer first before we go all in on it, right? So number one, offer creation system. 2, lead generation system, right? How are we moving new eyeballs to a lead? How are we getting new awareness? Or how are we getting awareness? That's the name of the game at the start. Second system to develop. We just need to get new eyeballs. Like I said, make yourself rich first, shake up the marketplace, sales, all that good stuff. Boom. And then lead nurturing system. Boom. How are we moving a stranger to a raving fan and buyer, right? Boom. Or what I should say is booked call, right? Boom. And then what is my call booking system, right? For sales. Boom. Presenting the sales opportunity. Then what is my sales conversion system? Boom. So if we have a close rate of 10% and we optimize our sales conversion system and then get that up to, let's say, 40%, and we have, let's say, a 5K offer, that means for every 10 live calls, we're making 20K instead of 5K from those 10 book calls, right? So optimizing this system, getting better with sales or hiring sales reps and increasing that conversion rate, right? Boom. Sweet. And then my fulfillment system. Boom. Getting the result for the client and upsells, referrals, testimonials, recommitments. Boom. Cool. And then what is my boom, upsell, referral, testimonial,
I'm ready for a sandwich.
system? Oh, sandwich sounds great. Sweet. Here, increasing lifetime customer LTV, lifetime customer value, right? Boom. This, as you can see, step 2 through 7 is the value chain. This is how I remove myself from my business. So lead generation, lead nurturing, call booking system was all Jimmy Rutowski. Sales conversion system was Marco Cortese. Fulfillment, upsell, referral, testimonial, recommitment system was Avery Ford and Brad. I got myself out of that, right? I'm giving you the way to think like a CEO right now, and you can create every system in here using Airtable and go high level, right? So from here, here's the first system. Here's how we remove ourselves from our business systematically. Boom. And then we want to think about the operations, right? So KPI system, SOP system, delegation system, team communication system, right? Training system. This is how we get the most out of our team members, right? Boom. And then the big thing, financial system. If you do not have a bookkeeper or CPA right now, get them. They will save you way more money. Our scorecard as CEOs is our profit and loss statement, right? So where I see entrepreneurs screw up the most, they don't save for taxes, they don't allocate their resources or their finances properly. If we know our profit and loss statement and we know the bottleneck in our value chain and these systems, and we have great operations behind it, there's no way we can fail. There's no way we can't scale past 100K, 300K per month, especially if we have a product market fit with our offers. Does that make sense? You guys with me on that? Cool. Are you guys following me? You buying this? And look at this. Michael, you with me? Cool. Awesome. Love it. Okay. So, as most of you guys know, we have a crap ton of systems in here, boom, that you can build out by yourself. Some of the offer system, the task management system, all of that stuff. If you don't want to build this out all yourself, we give this to our clients. Just boom, you have it. You have all of these systems in one place immediately. And you get the custom support and mentorship to develop these systems, develop your team, develop your offers, develop your lead gen, all that stuff. What I would recommend from here before we go into a few of the intricacies of the Airtable systems is what's working really well right now in the space. Boom. Number 1, community funnel. Remember what I said at the beginning, take traffic that you don't own to traffic that you do own. And either Facebook groups or Skool, community funnel is working freaking great. The other thing, live workshops. That's why we do these things on a weekly basis. This is why we train our clients on doing live weekly workshops. and we turn this into an asset that converts into calls, right? So live workshops are working freaking great for book calls, right? And also, what I would say here is paid sales calls are working great. So retention rate or show up rate is kind of dipping, amount of calls kind of dipping. We found paid sales calls are working freaking great for booking more calls. Show up rate will go from 60% to 95% or 100%, and conversion rate can go from 20% to 40, 50%. For example, Jay Carter, one of our brothers, talks about this all the time, and we worked on the paid sales call strategy. And he went from 20%, like he went really low, like 30% show up rate to now a 96% show up rate. And his conversion rate went from 20% to 40%, right? So pretty freaking cool. Okay, cool. So we talked about all the mindset stuff here, which is phenomenal. The different systems to focus on, at each stage that you're at. And we talked about if you want to start building all this stuff out yourself and do it here, we've got it inside of the course there, and you can get that rocking. So I have one more massive thing for you, but let's get some takeaways right here. Elise, Nina, Ollie, Audrey, AJ. Boom. David's an action taker. Done is better than perfect. Booking in the call. Awesome. Robert, paid sales calls. Sweet. And Lauren, I'd love for you to share your takeaways and what you want to say here. And then one more massive thing for you guys.
You know, it's interesting coming on to Andrew's team as a client success manager and being able to support our clients. And one of my most favorite things about being in this role is having Andrew's calendar cleared out so that he can be in his zone of genius and do the things that he needs to do in order to push the needle forward with this business. And so as you all are stepping into this new way of thinking in regards to building out your business, is building your business, like Andrew was saying, so that you're not just an employee of your own business. You truly can be the visionary, the leader of your business. And whatever stage you are in your business right now, think in that way. Okay, yes, right now I'm building my business. I'm in the artist phase, but I'm going to that next level where I'm able to hire my first person, my second person, etc. And knowing that the people that you bring on are able to take the vision that you have to the next level. Like Andrew said, when he was out for almost 10 days, the business still ran, we still operated, and we were able to do things because he made sure that he brought the right people onto his team. So again, I just want you to start thinking that way, no matter where you're at in your business, whether you're at zero right now, you're here for a reason. You know that you want to help other people and change their lives, but you have to think of in this way from the very beginning. This is the direction that I'm going, and I need to know that these are the pieces of the puzzle that are going to get me to those next steps.
I love it. Cool. If you guys want to get to those next steps and develop a roadmap, we can do that with Andres right here. Andres, you want to talk a little bit about that? And oh, I have something huge for you guys right now, right after this. So Andres, go ahead, man.
Yeah, you got me excited there. Yeah, typically on these calls, we kind of break down where you're at, like what stage and what things should you even be focusing on. If we can help you, we can kind of dive into like mapping out a roadmap on what Andrew would be implementing and supporting you with. And if not, we always point you in the right direction. So if you do want to chat, I would say we can send you some resources on what to put together so we can really look in like under the hood of your business and see what we could possibly help with.
Perfect. Love it. And now let me demonstrate something for you guys, power of these Airtable systems. Now you got the mindset, you've got the roadmap, all this stuff. So elevate, delegate, and elevate. That's the name of the game in terms of scaling. We talked about other people's work, investing our capital the right way, all of that stuff. And then we want to be able to delegate as simply as possible and as easily as possible. Put a 1 in the chat if you're using Loom right now. Put a 2 in the chat if no. Ollie, all right, get Loom right now. AJ, Michael, Elise, okay, awesome guys. Robert, 2, no. Audrey, Robert, okay, this will change your life. Get Loom right now. So what I do all day to delegate, elevate, to win my time back as an entrepreneur is using Loom and Airtable to delegate. So I'm going to show you that. And also we have a button on SOPs and creating processes really fast. So inside of Loom, you just create the process or you create the thing that you want to delegate. Boom. And what's really cool about Loom now, I was mind blown by this, is that they now have SOP creators. So AI SOPs. So what we do is we just take this, copy this, go into Airtable, boom, and create the SOP very quickly. It automatically pulls the name and the Loom video. And then I can put this in the SOPs with the step-by-step right there. And then I can delegate it and get it off my plate and then send the SOP to Micah. So amazing. Now it's off my plate, it's delegated, she can do it, all that, right? So the additional thing is if I have a quick task that I need to delegate and get off my plate, boom. Shoot a quick Loom video or anybody on the team. And let's say this is the task, boom, right here. Then I can go here, I can go into task, boom. I can give this to, what does this one say? Optimize, boom. Optimize the client success journey, something like that. Delegate it to Micah, boom. And I believe Slack is the best team communication system. So I hit send to Slack, boom, right there. And then Micah, boom, gets this task inside of Slack as well as her Airtable. So she can review this video, boom, right there. Cool. There we go. And then she can mark it as complete in Slack right there. And that changes her Airtable as well. So she has all of her tasks, boom, inside of boom, Airtable here. So our vision drive our goals drive our planning, and our planning drives our execution, right? So that's what we have here. Our vision is in company, our goals, our project, our tasks, so we can stay in alignment as a team. Everything that I delegate over goes over to Micah right here. Hopefully she's up to date with everything, all of her tasks, she knows what she's doing today, right? Pretty cool. Delegate, elevate, get off your plate. So with all of that, what we talked about here, the 5 stages of scaling past 300K per month using Airtable systems. The first part is artist phase, and done is better than perfect. Clarity will come in the doing, and invest in the SME 500 and build one audience, high ticket offer, low ticket, build confidence, mindset, done is better than perfect. Clarity will come in the doing. Change your friends group. Builder phase, this is where people go through the income roller coaster massively. Number 1, either they don't have a product market fit. Number 2, they don't hire in the right way. They don't start delegating and elevating and getting things off their plate so they can focus on top of funnel, right? I was scared shitless making my first 5K per month hire, Avery Ford. And then I was like, okay, I just need to do it. I hired Avery Ford, and then he took over our fulfillment department. And I got training from the masterminds I was in. And that is ultimately what helped us scale to the next level, right? When I was in this phase. And then systemizer phase, right here, it's all about systemizing. What's your daily winning formula, your KPI tracking, all of that stuff to scale into business owner phase. Boom. Have 2 brains on your team, delegate thinking to. And this is board member phase. This is ultimately where you're at in stage number 5 and being the true CEO of your business. So at this phase, it's how quickly can we develop systems and hire team and culture fits to scale to the next level, right? So with all that, done is better than perfect. Invest in the SME 500 systems. First one, offer system, person, problem, promise, path, and product market fit. Lead generation system, lead nurturing system, call booking system, sales conversion system, fulfillment system, upsell referral testimonial, operations system to get the most out of the team and the company, and the financial system, so crucial, getting your profit and loss statement and knowing where to allocate funds from there, right? So what really works in the space right now, especially scaling past 100K per month, community funnels, live workshops, paid sales calls. Sweet. Cool. I said I'd leave some time for Q&A, so I will go a little bit over on this call. So if you guys have the time with me, we can do about 10 minutes for Q&A, and then I've got to take care of my friend's cats. That's one thing that I haven't been able to delegate. So cool. So awesome. Lauren hopping off for a client call. You rock, Lauren. Are you sharing the doc? Boom. Yes. So let me get that and put a 1 in the chat for any questions that you guys have for me here. Boom. Drop that doc in. There we go. Awesome. Sweet. Cool. So Fred, Robert, Elise, Ollie, Audrey, amazing session. Excited to set up my Airtable. Awesome. Michael, good to see you. Julian, good to see you. Awesome. Sweet. I don't see any 1s in the chat. Okay, awesome. Robert, what's the best way to set up a community funnel? 100%. So our 7-figure entrepreneur community, it's freaking great. We want to have the main outcome. Boom. Oh, we might have a brotherhood call. So for the community, number 1, make sure that, especially if you're 0 to 10K, make sure that your offer aligns with your story in the coaching space, or you pick a really good niche if you're in the agency space that you really love. And then identify what is the number 1 thing that that person wants and build a community around it. So initially, my first community was called the 6-figure digital marketer. I just passed 10, 15K per month in my agency. So I created a space for people to come into to learn agency, run Facebook ads, that sort of stuff. Where I see people screw up the most is not giving away the farm. Like, I give away a shit ton, but people need accountability and mentorship to actually get the result that they want. So we can give everything away, and what the people, it will build up a lot of value. But what people actually need is accountability and mentorship to get the result. They pay for the implementation, right? So inside that community, we changed it to now the 7-figure entrepreneur. So we're in the coaching agency space and helping people scale past 7 figures with systems and team, right? So that is what our Skool community is around. The biggest thing is the title of that community and the theme, right? And with that community, it can be Skool, Facebook group, we teach both. And what's really cool about Skool right now is we capture phone number and email right off the bat. It sends automatically to go high level. So we have automated text and email sequences that go out to nurture, right? And there are really only 5 posts that you need to create for any community. I created another training on that inside of the 7-figure entrepreneur community. Just hit me up in Skool and I can direct you to it. And it's actually a lot simpler than you think. And it's just about taking traffic that we don't own to traffic that we do own. The cool thing about Facebook groups and Skool is once it catches momentum, we get a lot of free leads from people discovering that group organically, right? So yeah, I hope that gave you a good breakdown on the community funnel, Facebook group or Skool. Sweet. Good stuff. All right. And is there a time you found most effective for working on systems? 100%. So, as human beings, we have 2 hours of deep work typically per day. So, we have the most motivation, focus, discipline biologically, usually 2 hours during a day because we have ultradian rhythms just like during the day, just like we have circadian rhythms at night. So, it's about identifying those 2 hours of deep work and just blocking that off on your calendar where nobody can text me, I'm not interacting with anybody, anything like that. It's the ultimate productivity hack. Find the time where you have the most energy and focus, put that on your calendar, and just focus on your number one project, your number one system during that time. Mine is between 8 and 10 o'clock. It's blocked off on my Google Calendar. Nobody can talk to me, and I just rock that stuff out. So, cool. Would you recommend starting a Go high level community group instead of a Skool group getting started since already have GHL? Why or why not? So no, I wouldn't, because Go high level, they might be there in about a year or two for communities, but in terms of a marketing community, right, which I think you're talking about here, generating more leads, more book calls, all of that. Skool and Facebook groups have native group finders. So you will get free leads in your group that you don't even need to pay for, right? Using Skool or Facebook groups. We're getting about 12 free leads per day in our Facebook group. And then we're getting about 10 free leads in Skool per day, just from the discovery section of those two. So I would say not Go high level right now. Cool. Sweet. Ollie, warming up social media accounts is a good start, right? 100%. Done is better than perfect. Put the content out there, have conversations. What we have our clients do is help them create a hot list of people that are currently inside of their social medias or people they've connected with before. And then we have outreach strategies to hit them up over and over and over, right? Until they get on a call and we present the offer and go through the sales process. Cool. What do you use Airtable versus Go high level for? Perfect. Love this question, Julian. Airtable, I think operations and fulfillment mainly. And we have organic processes in there. In terms of keeping team in alignment and all of that stuff, it's basically my second brain, right? Basically, everything is nice and organized inside of Airtable. Go high level, really good for marketing and sales, creating funnels, text messages, emails, building up my list inside of Go high level. Cool. Sweet. And Airtable for leads and tasks and for GHL for automations. We use automations in both systems right there, Julian. So sweet. Cool. Great. Awesome. Thanks. Project management. Yes. Cool. Sweet. Any more questions? Cool. Confusion is an integral part of learning. That's where we're supposed to be at the beginning. I'm learning salsa and bachata right now, and I'm confused as fuck on the dance floor, right? But that is where we all start, right? Cool. Sweet. Ben, Dragon, good to see you guys. We just finished up this workshop, but we'll send you over the recording for it, you guys. Sweet. One last question, Vinesh. If someone is starting from zero, can the offer be building systems, processes for small, medium businesses? Boom. So I don't recommend it. I recommend finding something in your own personal journey that you can bring value to the marketplace with. It'll make you feel more in alignment and you won't struggle. For example, I started with fitness coaching. Like I had just lost 20 pounds in 90 days and quit drinking. So I wasn't able to teach business, but I could teach people how to lose weight and all of that stuff. So you start there, you go really hard, you learn the skill sets of marketing, sales, offer creation, you start developing a community and audience, and then you can move on to the next offer from there. Then I started an agency, started getting some clients from there, scaled it to 10, 15K. That's another thing that you can do is a new opportunity, start an agency, something like that, a done for you service, getting them more leads and that sort of stuff, not so much in the coaching space. So starting an agency, then agency coaching, then messenger bots coaching, then Facebook group coaching, and then scaling coaching, right? It's evolved so much just from how I've changed and evolved. Cool. Sweet. So with Dragon and boom. And Ben, thanks for showing up, you guys. I would drop the Google Doc in here for everyone. And let me find this. And I'd love to get your biggest takeaways from the Q&A, from what you guys learned here. Boom. And do this. Bug in scaling strategy session. Cool. Boom. I got to take care of my friend's cats, but let me get you this one last thing. Boom. Perfect. Cool. Copied. Boom. Done. Sweet. Cool. And Dragon and boom. And Ben, there's the doc. Oh, Ollie keeps sending me PMs. 1 second. There we go. Awesome. So there's the doc, everything we went over. Make sure you get that. And then the recording will be available shortly here, and we'll shoot it out. What do you need from us for the replay? Just shoot me a text message. Whoever wants to replay, just say #replay, and then we'll get it right over to you. Cool. Sweet. Well, go get it, guys. Set up those systems, scale, 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 and make a massive impact. Talk to you guys soon.